Hey guys, it's me, Tubby Games, and this is a voiceover of a run I am doing in Shadows of the Erdtree for Elden Ring. Um, so I wanted to give my personal opinions on this DLC and talk about the review bombing that's happening on the DLC, and I figure it would be better if I explained what this DLC is, what this means to people who are coming into it, and furthermore. Well, for starters, this DLC is of course is an expansion onto the world of Elden Ring, of the Lands Between. You're going in, you're trying after you defeat Moog and Radon, you're going into the Shadow Realm to face, in the end, to find and defeat Kine Mikola, to restore balance to the things into the Lands Between. At least that's what I'm understood. I'm not done with the DLC. I've been exploring. I've been testing out weapons. I'm currently using the backhand blade. I got it as high as level as I can get it currently. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. I am also running a Dex Faith build. I learned that incantations are pretty good here. I haven't really run into many like new spells. Um, and currently one of the helmets I am wearing is from the Divine Beast, dancing lion boss fight. You'll get this hat from when you beat that boss. I beat it earlier. And so far I have not been disappointed with the boss fights. I knew when I was coming in here that I was going to be facing a challenge. So far, I have defeated one main boss, which is the Divine Beast, and two like minor dungeon level bosses. One of them gave me Sekiro vibes, and I really enjoyed it. And another one, legit, he was just a pain in the ass, but I eventually beat him. I was using a blood build in the beginning, and then I switched it up so I can start using some of the new weapons in the DLC. So far I've been having a lot of fun. The exploration has been good. Also these guys, I don't know their names. However, they work like their health bar works like Grail in Galen. But they move and they attack at the same time. So they're fucking huge and they're just tanky as fuck. You can have a max level item level or whatever, and still have issues with them, which is not an issue, because like I said, this DLC, when I first got it, I knew it was going to be a challenge. So, and I enjoy that. Um, but the one thing I've noticed lately has been the review bombing for this DLC, and I want to talk about that a little bit because I'm kind of ticked off about it. First things first, the last time a DLC got negative reviews was when Dark Souls 2 released their DLC pre-patch. Before Dark Souls 3. No, before Bloodborne came out. And they released the Scholar of the First Sin DLC. Well, add-on, which just added an extra boss fight, but also remapped and rebalanced some of the enemies, which isn't a big deal. However, the last time that FromSoft had to rebalance a DLC was Dark Souls 2. Bloodborne's DLC was good. Dark Souls 3's DLCs were amazing. And now we have Shadow of the Erdtree for Elden Ring. And I have been waiting for this DLC since its conception. Now, with that being said, people who are coming into Elden Ring for the first time, and then wanting to pick up the DLC. First off, the levels don't, they matter, but they don't. If you go on YouTube, you will find multiple different videos of people beating this game alone on rune level 1. So I hate to say it, but if you're dying 50 million different times, it's a skill issue. You just gotta get better at the game. You gotta map out the bosses. You gotta figure out if your build is perfect. Sometimes you gotta tweak it around. Maybe that Bloodhound's Fang that was meta when the game first came out wasn't very good for the one boss, but whatever. You really gotta pay attention. These games don't hold your hand. I'm sorry. As I'm writing this, as I'm like speaking this, it's like 4:30 in the morning. I'm almost 5 in the morning. And you need to come in here with the mindset of you're gonna get your teeth knocked in multiple times before you get it right. It's a high risk, high reward sort of game, and if you're not into the high risk, high reward, you're gonna get your hand held kind of deal, then this game is not for you. I'm sorry. Yes, there's a co-op system, but even with the co-op system, I was literally fighting the Divine Beast earlier, because I spent 3 hours and I'm like, I just want to proceed on. Let me proceed. So I gave up. I did co-op, and their shit got kicked in, ironically. And people were review bombing it on this DLC because of the difficulty spike, which Miyazaki said that this was going to be their hardest DLC yet. And he did not stutter when he said this will be his hardest DLC he has ever published. And he's not wrong. And honestly, I love it. When I first hopped into this DLC, I got goosebumps. I was ready. I was ready to fight. I was ready to dominate. I was ready to go, and I was ready to get my teeth kicked in. But you know what? I'm also ready to kick my teeth right back in. And as you can see here, I just picked up the Anvil Hammer and another Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. So, of course, DLC, new areas, you're going to get your max level upgrade. Thank God. Which, actually, speaking of, I need to go back and put that on my Bloodhound Fang for my build. Yeah, I'll do it later. But anyways, don't review bomb a DLC because you're bad at the game. Okay? This game is not beginner friendly. Even though people say, oh, play this game first. This game is not beginner friendly. And it sucks, but it's fine, because that's how these games are made. So Elden Ring, this DLC, is it worth it? So far, I've only heavily explored before the Elkar Great Bridge. So yeah, so far, for the time that I've put into the DLC so far, I have enjoyed it. I have found some of the DLC weapons and some of the armor, and I have not been disappointed. I have not been disappointed yet so far. The only thing I wish I did was, not get my teeth kicked in multiple times by the Divine Beast. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is what does this mean for the series as a whole? As you know, this is Miyazaki's only DLC for the game. And he has already come out and said he's working on another thing. He's working on another project. Is it another Armored Core? Is it another Yawn Fest? Is it another Bloodborne? Is it another Demon's Souls? No one knows. But you can tell Miyazaki took time, and I found a couple reskinned enemies from his previous games in this DLC alone and in this game. He is learning, he is adapting, he is developing great products with this series. I personally feel like it is definitely a pickup. But also, if you want your hand held, this is not the game for you. This is not gonna hold your hand. This is gonna kick your teeth in 30 times over. But that's all I really got to say. I wanted to get my opinion out there, get my 2 cents out there about people who review bomb it. You're just bad at the game, literally. This game is all about adapting and overcoming. It's like playing Tarkov. Also, as GameRinks has once said in a video, playing Tarkov for your first FPS is like your first gambling session is playing Russian roulette. And I take that highly correct for most FromSoft games because of that statement. And that's not a bad thing. That's just you need to adapt and overcome. That is the biggest tip I can give anybody when they're playing a FromSoft game. Adapt and overcome and proceed and succeed. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. This was more of a rant and my own honest opinion. Nothing really detailed because I don't want to spoil a whole lot. All I did was show a couple things that I have done in the last like 30 minutes. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope to see you in the next live stream. Again, follow me on Twitch. I like to try and stream 3 to 4 times a week. I try to. I have a full-time job. So videos hasn't always been my strong suit. But I play this. I play Arma. I play a bunch of other different games. And I enjoy it. So again, come follow me on Twitch. Follow me at twitch.tv/tubbygames. A link to the channel will be in the description below. Thank you. And I hope to see you guys in the next stream or for the next video.